Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. Normally my videos don't start out this pretty, but we have a little bit of change of scenery today. We are in Babylon, Long Island, and we're going to be talking about Peter Pellegrino, also known as Peter Pasta. We're going to be shooting around this little dock here because it's nice and pretty, and I'd like to give you guys a nice view. But we're going to go to his restaurant that was featured on Kitchen Nightmares. It was actually season 1, episode 8. I'm going to link the full episode in the description of this video because it is so worth watching. It's an excellent description of this guy if you want to get more info on him, because he's hilariously stupid is pretty much how I want to put it. So yeah, he was an associate of the Bonanno crime family. He was a bookmaker. His father did not want him to be involved in the life at all, but he ended up getting involved anyway. In the 80s, he hooks up with Salvatore Vitali, a captain in the Bonannos, and his father was actually in the Genovese crime family. So, and he was a bookmaker also. What am I hearing? Oh my God, it's this boat starting. I thought something was wrong with my truck. Let's into this boat. That's a serious boat right there. Okay, so his father was in the Genovese crime family doing the same thing. He was a bookmaker. So he'd take all the bets and pay out, collect from the losers, pay out to the winners, all that kind of stuff. Apparently, from what we know, Peter Pasta made about 15 grand a week doing that, which is a lot of money. Clearly, he wasn't putting any of that money into the restaurant because he had to get Gordon Ramsay to come help. Not even his restaurant, let's be completely upfront here. It was his sister's restaurant, his sister Tina. His name was just on the front, and he was the host. He's kind of like the host slash manager slash asshole, let's be honest, if you watch the video. I'm going to even put some clips of the episode into this video. That's how hilarious they were. They're that worth watching. So yeah, he's a Bonanno associate. He goes on the show. While he's on the show, a debt collector comes in early on in the episode, and he has to kind of shoo the guy away, push him off. They get into words outside. The sister has to come drag the guy off. Acts like this big tough guy. He was actually described in the show by one of the chefs as a, one second here, as a 250-pound spoiled baby. And if you watch the episode, it's really true. But he's got this sick, I mean, if that's what you like, this sick tan, these ridiculously white teeth. Just very funny dude. The nice suit, the watch, the whole bit, the sunglasses, the chain, and eventually, oh, I don't want to miss this part. So he shoos off this debt collector in the beginning of the episode, which it looks very real to me. It could be made up for the show. I don't want to say that it's real and then someone tell me, oh no, it was all made up. It looks real, I'll tell you that. So he shoos off the first debt collector during dinner time.
Fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here.
Hands on me,
Nah,
Pete.
no.
I'll let you do it first. Listen to me, tough guy.
And then they redo the restaurant, which is how the show goes. And Gordon Ramsay is giving this this little speech about how, oh, tonight's going to be a big night. We're reopening for dinner, and we have this new menu. And this guy comes in, and I'm going to add the clips of this video. And another debt collector, and he asks the guy, he's like, no, I want to talk to him. Gordon Ramsay's like, well, why don't you just leave? What are you doing here? The guy's like, no. And then the guy walks up to him, Peter Pasta, and they get into this whole thing. He screams at him, oh, you want to be gangster, yelling at him. He actually, in the video, on the show, pushes his father on the ground and then gets mad that his father was pushed on the ground, thinking it was the debt collector's fault. It's such a ass backwards way of... It was amazing.
No, relax.
Tough guy. Come on, you look at my father. You made a mistake. Come on. You made a mistake. I'll hurt you, scumbag. Get fucking gangster! You fucking blowjob! You're a fucking...
I just watched the episode like an hour ago, so it's fresh in my mind. I'm loving every second of thinking of it. But, so yeah, we're heading down to the restaurant now. The episode aired in 2007, and in 2008, alright, let me rewind a little bit. You could tell in the episode that him and his family don't get along very well. They don't really like him. So eventually, his family kind of shoos him away, and they clearly get into some beef. In retaliation, the family puts out there and tells everyone that he knows that he was an informant for the FBI, that he worked with them. So that kind of tarnished his name everywhere. And then later on, in 2008, after the show, and even after on the show, they make it seem like the restaurant's all nice again and all this, but there were still bad reviews, the food was bad. It's just, if you have bad people working in a place, the place is never going to survive. So, in 2008, the family takes it one step farther and talks to the landlord about violations in the lease agreement that Peter and his family are doing. So the landlord kicks them out, and that's it. That's the end of the restaurant. I'll add pictures of the restaurant. It was called Peter's Italian Restaurant. It was at 130 West Main Street in Babylon. Currently, right now, it is a restaurant slash bar called the Post Office, which I believe I've eaten at before. It's pretty good. And not only did his blood family semi-disown him, kind of fully disown him. I mean, they got him kicked out of his place of business. The Bananos didn't want anything to do with him, and they said, get out of here. They disowned him too. There's an article that says that he was a made guy in the Bananos, that he was made in 2003, but I don't think that's true. I've heard more information that he was kind of like just a bang around guy for them. Nothing crazy. Alright, we're going to be turning onto Main Street here. Oh, and then to add insult to injury, after the restaurant closes and he's probably happy that chapter of his life is done, all this, he gets haunted by the replay of the episode, because it was a hit show at the time. It was the first season of it. There was like really nothing like it on TV, and he was just haunted by Friday and Saturday nights. They'd replay primetime television, and it killed him. He even said in quotes, "It makes me look like a jerk off and some kind of animal." Which, did the show make you look like that, or did you make yourself look like that? That's up to the audience. He also was pretty not good with his money, you could say. Alright, right here. Of course there's a tree in front of it. Right next to the post office. Oh, so actually, I believe the post office, which is this restaurant right here, was there when he had his restaurant. This was his storefront, and I believe they expanded into his storefront. So yeah, they had a big banner there, Peter's Italian Restaurant, even though it wasn't his. I'm gonna get honked at here in a second. Yeah, he also had 2 boats in the harbor. He had a nice Mercedes, all that. I mean, really trying to put out the look of a gangster. Gordon Ramsay even says, I feel like I'm in the movie Goodfellas. He was like putting it on extra.
I think this place will run better without you.
I think that's pretty much everything I have to tell you about Peter Pasta, which is a funny name for a gangster anyway. Half a gangster. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. We're in Babylon, a little bit of a change of scenery. It's a very nice area. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.